Oh yeah, sexy shit.
Hi everybody. Welcome to Sports Cars the Movie. In this video we will take a look at all the sports cars in Grand Theft Auto Online on PS4. Ranked from slow to elfin fast. Sit back and relax. Enjoy. Looks can deceive. The Blist is a small, ugly hatchback, but it's got something special under the hood, a V6 front-wheel drive to be precise. Drive it round the city, try not to crash, and don't expect to meet the love of your life. Unless they're really faded. Look in the mirror and what do you see? Is it a flabby, pallid investment manager with a solitary sex life and spiraling personal debts? It's okay, you don't need to answer that. You're only seeing this ad because we've determined your life invader profile. And statistically, we know your next step is going to be the impulsive purchase of a 4x4 that you'll never take out of the city, which is where the Strader comes in. The Futo is Karen's gift to a core demographic that needs nothing more than a lightweight chassis, rear-wheel drive and dangerously poor traction to have some good wholesome fun. High-performance compact car for the kind of person who drifts around corners with a baby seat in the back. Recently discontinued, so may be worth waiting a decade or so for it to become ironic cool. One driver, 2 seats, 3 wheels, a straight 4 under the hood, and 5 minutes before you're upside down on the freeway wondering how any of this ever made any sense at all. It's the kind of package deal you can only get from TF. Say what you will about the Germans, they know luxury, and their economy is the only one worth a crap in Europe. This model has all kinds of extras, too many to list for legal reasons. How do you let people know you're interesting and exciting without engaging in conversation, or even making eye contact? The Capoe has as much finish and flash as the elaborate mating ritual of a bird of paradise. Just paint it bright, beam the lights and power slide your way around town to lure the admiration and friendship that you alone could not. American brand, German money, and manufacturing. This is the car your grandparents fought to prevent. Cooked up after the Schuster marketing department spent a night on cocaine and bratwurst. They haven't looked back since. From Los Santos to nowhere, USA, this updated classics looks, power, heritage and exclusivity will turn heads and open legs. Opening legs not guaranteed. It's as conspicuous as consumption gets, and you don't care. Actually, you probably do care or you wouldn't be thinking about buying it. luxury, refinement and breeding. The Rapid GT is a British supercar that's as superior and classist as its fellow countrymen, but without the need for self-deprecation. Brush the accelerator, and it happens. Your rear drums shatter, your bowels surrender. 1,000 angry horses stampede through all 4 titanium-reinforced wheels. The tires melt in a cloud of acrid smoke, but all you know is that you're going somewhere really, really fast. Short of saddling a crazed rhino, the Drift Tampa is the most brutal driving experience money can buy. The Capoe is an electric hybrid luxury sports sedan. Don't laugh. It isn't a complete oxymoron. This beauty handles so well, you'd never know you're driving a plug-in. Welcome to the future, so long as you have access to a specialized charging station. May look, sound and smell like a corporate insurance analyst, but you live for the track. Your flabby, pimply ass is only at home nestled into a low-slung, carbon fiber racing seat. You fall asleep to fantasies of unconventional aerodynamics. You whisper Monica to yourself while you're jacking off in the shower. And there's only one name you scream out as you dump your load. Rustin, Rustin, Rustin. There's nothing that Mr. Capoe cannot do. If you were a venture capitalist looking for the shortest route to your next midlife crisis, the Capoe was your first and only choice. If you wanted something that preserved the classic reek of desperation but added a street racer twist, the Retro Custom was top of the list. And now, if you were looking for something to slam around a hairpin bend in 3 feet of uphill mud, the Capoe Safari has got you covered. The Bravado marketing department knows just what we need. Another resurrected 1960s muscle car for the over-muscled EDM generation. It's a vehicle with aggressive lines for aggressive drivers. Just like the standard Bravado, it's another resurrected 1960s muscle car for the over-muscled EDM generation, but this time featuring exclusive sprunk livery. The Obeumnus was the poster child of the golden age of rallying, a period of deregulated innocence when a turbocharged tin can could plow through a crowd of spectators on a muddy embankment and there wasn't a damn thing the government could do about it. This is one for the fans. On the one hand, It's a pinnacle of British car design, conservative, luxuriant, anally retentive. On the other though, it's brash, livery, track ready. Impossible? Put your hands together and meet the Ocelot Lynx. Like getting mugged by someone in a top hat, it's an experience you'll never forget. You're either a hot ringer, or you're not, and here's how you tell. If your first instinct isn't to crack a beer on the radiator grill, polish the hood with a mouthful of spit, slap it on the rear fender, call it a classy gallant belch the national anthem, then you're not the target audience. On your way. Stunningly beautiful and astonishingly violent, the Lampadati Tropos may have a European name, but it's got an American heart. This is the car that defined a whole generation of rally design. So if your favorite pastime is calling other people's choices derivative, then this is by far and away your best bet. The perfect car to go with your flesh tunnel earrings, frosted spikes, and oversized jeans. Buy this and you'll never fail to be mistaken for a small town drug dealer again. The GP200 is an icon of that golden age of sports car design, a mid-engine, four-wheel drive rocket built with the power of a modern supercar and the handling, brakes and safety features of an angry dog. You can play it cool all you like, no matter how many times you take it over 100, the moment the turbo kicks in will have you clenching so hard you won't know if it was an ecstatic climax or a messy follow-through. Something made in America that can still take on the Asian imports? Yes, the Coquette has withstood the test of time. With this new model, Vetero blew through all their bailout money to create an end product that only the 1% can afford. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Dinka are famous for their hyper bikes and other suicide machines, but their legacy only has one name on it, the Jester Classic. They may have set out to make a sports GT, but they accidentally made the most iconic street racer ever to do a quarter mile with plenty of change out of 10 seconds flat. It's still as beautiful as it ever was. It'll still eat you alive if you so much as flinch while you're behind the wheel, and you still wouldn't change a damn thing. Says it all. You can weave in and out of traffic with ease at this little number. Get a blow-up doll for the passenger seat and ride in the hop lane. Apex predators beware. For a wide-eyed junior exec in the late 90s, nothing said I can almost afford to buy European like the Karen Sultan. These days you're an angry middle-aged, pre-diabetic, wannabe rally driver, but the Sultan is still your best friend. With your money and our expertise, this could become the high-octane racer you dreamed of as a teenager and still have no idea how to drive. Eligible for customization at Benny's Original Motor Works. modern performance and design with the classic luxury styling of a stately car. The Alpha is sleek, sexy, and handles so well you'll forget you're driving it, which could be a problem at 150 miles per hour. It's no shock that a country in which a man had no qualms about dressing in a canary yellow thong would know how to produce vehicles that get you noticed. The Carbonizer is the ultimate sports car for the millionaire who wants people to know that they're a millionaire. The Verlier has all the looks of a 60s roadster, with the added advantage of being able to drive around corners, combining its sophisticated looks with tight handling and the forward momentum of a hungry leopard. The only thing getting in your way here is your lack of coordination and fear of becoming a road accident statistic. There was a time when a road legal coupe could moonlight as a performance rally car and no one batted an eye. Consumers didn't need the reassurance of a touchscreen interface and integrated GPS. People could get behind the no-frills, light away a bucket of speed, and their relatives wouldn't sue the manufacturer when it burst into flames. Those were the days of the Sentinel Classic, and now they're back. For a whole generation of the San Andreas elite, this isn't just a car. From the onboard champagne cooler to the sway back seat where you pawned your first gold digger, the Pfister Comet was something that made you who you are. And now, thanks to Benny reinventing it as a gnarly, riveted urban dragster, it'll be broadcasting your escalating midlife crisis for years to come. You always wanted one of these in high school, and now you can have the car that tells everyone yes, these are implants, on your head and in that Disney tart next to you. You go, Tiger. Powerful, understated, reliable. You have absolutely none of these qualities, so it's important to you that your car does. The new benefactor Shafter screams corporate anonymity just as much as its predecessor, so to justify the massive price hike we've thrown in a few flourishes and a plush interior where you can screw your secretary in comfort. Armored edition available. Top, two-seater Locust pedigree goes all the way back to '69, and this is what you get after 40 years of track testing. No roof, no windscreen, no windows, no compromises, and no interest in your personal safety. If you ever wondered what it's like to drive around an illogical conclusion, this is your chance to find out. Capoe only made a handful of these beauties, and that's not just because of their track record of corporate embezzlement. No, it's a result of a commitment to individual aspiration and strict exclusivity that stems from a deeply held belief that the 1% is the only percent that matters. And if that sounds like an opportunity to prove something, it is. This is luxury reasserted. Right in your neighbor's face. Boom. You like that? That's right, you are better than him, and you could have his wife if you wanted. Try it on with her as soon as she sees this ride. You'll be a double benefactor. The Raiden is a masterpiece of understatement. If it pulled up next to you while you were slumped over, sobbing at the lights, you wouldn't bother to look up from your ex's Snapmatic profile. But then the lights go green, and you see it put down the kind of noiseless acceleration that internal combustion can only dream of. Here at My Butsu, we get it. In these trying times, it can be really hard to commit to a color scheme for your classic, mid-noughties race car. So we're working in partnership with LS Customs to provide a livery, the Penumbra FF, adding yet more color to an already colorful existence. Power with class, innovation with pedigree, looks with personality. The best Kia GTS has all the finesse and ferocity of a supercar, but its unique rear styling allows for 2 more seats in the back, with more than enough legroom for a couple of amputees or the children you never had. It's a visionary fusion no one ever saw coming, and for good reason. Imagine the most exclusive 2-door sports car on the planet. Now imagine gutting it, and transforming it into a lightweight, liveried, carbon fiber racer. Why, you ask? Well, why did we go to the moon? Why do we build to the stars? Why do we watch celebrity sex tapes instead of proper porn? Exactly. Now stop asking perfectly legitimate questions and get out your damn wallet. It's a German-style sedan with none of the reliability. An Italian car with none of the flair. Luxurious and mundane. Exciting and banal. Sporty and lame. Never make another decision again. The Lampadati Komoda is a high-performance luxury vehicle for the executive who wants to have it all and nothing at the same time. In your line of work, you demand flexibility. You need a car that can blend seamlessly into a line of executive saloons, but not look amiss when it arrives on the red carpet. It needs to look respectable dropping you off at court, threatening picking you up from Limbroke, and when the deal goes south, it needs room for a driver-operated machine gun upgrade. The Revolter can do all that in first gear, just wait till you see fifth. Please note, weapon modifications can only be applied at a vehicle workshop inside an Avenger or Mobile Operations Center. Looking for something wild? Climb inside the fierce VSTR and listen to it growl as it bears that distinctive grill and charges the competition. With this much untamed energy, get ready to lose control. Once you sit in this car, you won't want to drive anything else. Great in the snow. Not really, you'll probably die if you take this overpowered beast anywhere near moisture. Luckily, you live in the desert. The classic and Blackfin were the mature cars you loved to ride. Now watch as they turn green and start leaking brake fluid at the sight of Invetero's youngest model. The D10 is a classic pedigree dressed to the nines, spray tanned and injected into everlasting youth. The age of the Cougar is over. The real coquette has finally arrived. You know how it is. One moment you're driving to the store, the next you've succumbed to an overwhelming desire to tear some fresh holes in the asphalt. Your doctor says you need extensive psychiatric treatment, but at Capoe we understand that all you need is the right car. Specifically, one that's both a nimble little runner and a demented little hatchback that's forever on the edge of tearing itself into hot little pieces. Let the therapy begin. Sophisticated, superior, class-obsessed and with more than a little aggression under the hood, this Grand Tourer from Capoe is as classically British as they come. Raceman Special Edition. A Japanese hybrid electric sports car with a front end designed to look like an angry grin might be too whimsical for some. But with a 4-liter V6 engine, 420 horsepower and a top speed of 180 miles per hour, the Jester still packs a serious punchline. What's the difference between this and every other two-door, 4-seat, 6-figure coupe on the market, you ask? Well, dig down into the core stats and the answer is clear. More horses under the hood, more exhausts at the back, more road traffic fatalities, fewer convictions, and more angry pleas from teen environmentalists. The drafter has it where it counts. Looking at the low, brawl, surly form of the Schlagen for the first time, you'd be forgiven for thinking that it's just waiting for an opportunity to knock you out, steal your keys and organize a gangbang with the fisters in your high-end garage. Of course, appearances can be deceptive. Not in this case, admittedly, but it's a good rule of thumb. At some point, anyone in Los Santos has looked out over a 10-car garage full of nothing but stock elegies and wondered what the hell they're doing with their life. Well, thanks to Benny you can wonder no more. Now every one of those beauties is nostalgia-fueled, mod-drenched, early 90s retro custom classic just waiting to happen. When the history of the electric car is written, it will begin with the Pfister Neon. Everything else, all the ridiculous eco-vans and hybrid fetishes, has been foreplay. Now Pfister have dropped their pants, and the battery-powered action can really begin. This entry-level luxury car is for entry-level type guys, salesmen, marketing dorks, people at tech companies who want to feel like they've made it, but they never really will. Show people what kind of man you want to be. The Karen Sultan was already a classic. That might be true, but the Sultan Classic is both an evolution and a throwback. Something like the true essence of a high-octane four-door racer. It's a time machine in the late 90s when haircuts were bad, movies were good, gang warfare was everywhere, and the sitcoms you stream were on TV. Get in, take a ride, don't look back. Born in the fires of Mount Fuji and tested on some German rural road, you can finally legally own this legendary supercar without the fear of having your door kicked in by the FIB because they'd rather crush import cars than catch terrorists. Does the world really need another high-caliber sports saloon? But remember, there are some things the human race can never get enough of, like sex, or violence, and this isn't just any sex or violence. The jugular is really kinky sex, and really gratuitous violence. Has that answered your question? This is it. Wrap it up, folks. Thanks to humanity's quest to design the perfect grand tour is finally over. It took generations of privately educated, stiff upper lips, all prepared to dig deep into bottomless wells of lazy entitlement. But credit where it's due. The Brits cracked the code. This is the kind of self-assurance that can't be earned. It can only be bought. Underneath the hipster chic, you always suspected the Yahtzee had a bad case of small car syndrome. Well, now the flat whites and ironic power pop are out, and the roll cage, carbon fiber interior and turbocharged four-cylinder are in. Just don't mention its height. Dreamt about the ultimate super electric sports car. Now here you are, reading an app, seeing it in the carbon fiber flesh and wondering if it can really be true. It can. The overflawed God, your electric dreams turned reality. And not the bad, naked and losing your teeth dreams either. We're talking the flying and having parents who are proud of your dreams. You're welcome. Forget everything you think you know about Mr. Common. Forget cruising through Vinewood with a belly full of whiskey dropping one-liners about the size of your bones. Forget picking up sex workers and passing them off as your fiancé at family gatherings. The SR was made for only one thing, to make every other sports car look like it's the asthmatic kid at gym. Now get in line. Warning, NSFW. There's a sexy single car in your area looking for a ride. Interested? Just open a private tab and check out these candid pics of the RSX's sultry bodywork, hourglass waist, soft front, and silken A-line. But before you take it to the next level and see what's under the hood, turn off your webcam and mute your mic. The conference call you're ignoring is about to see your face. This are the kind of small, artisanal manufacturer who are prepared to think outside the box. The design blueprints for the Neo drew their inspiration from the aerodynamics of a diving falcon, the composure of a ballet dancer, the curve of a suggestively raised eyebrow, and the assertiveness of a cluster bomb. This is the kind of pedigree you need. When you think of lightweight redesigns, you probably think of carbon fiber bodywork and stripped out interiors. But that's just for beginners. Step inside the Italy GTO, and the air you're breathing has increased hydrogen content for extra lift. Grotti have even taken the controversial step of obliging potential owners to do their part by shaving their body hair and removing at least one kidney. Sometimes you have to suffer for perfection. This is not an accessible sports car. It won't rub its avant-garde bodywork in your face and let you grope its dashboard on the first drive. It's dignified, sophisticated, even a little aloof. It will only reveal its charms for just the right handler. But one day, after years of practice, you'll become aware of the utter contempt in which you now hold the rest of the human race, and you'll know you can finally say I drive a pariah. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Happy holidays.